Hey everyone, it's Susie Lee with Bellalina Boutique. Welcome to Craft Round the Clock. We have Fun Friday for you guys today. Fun Friday is a day that's designated just for fun. And boy, do we ever, right? Is Fun Friday, wood slices and or flannel. So let me show you what there was no killing of any trees for the purpose of this video, I'm telling you. But we got a flannel. Oh my gosh, it's such a funny story. Anyway, tried to steal one of Jim's, but he wasn't giving it up. He was not giving it up. I'm so glad y'all are here. This is a Fun Friday event. We are going to have some fun. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Now, y'all have seen me wear this before. I could not get Jim to give me any of his flannels. He's like, nope. Don't you have something that doesn't fit you anymore? Nope. Anyway, this is my flannel. Got it last year, year before, Walmart. You can probably get them again this year. They're great little flannels because they come down long and they're very, very warm and fuzzy. But anyway, I'll show you what I did. This is the deal. I got a piece of cardboard and I have taped it to the inside of this. To the back side where I'm not going to be painting. I'm going to paint this on the back. I'm going to paint a little something. And I will show you. I was going to bleach the back of it. But this is kind of a cool technique too. So what you're going to do is where I have it taped, you can kind of feel, where it's taped. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to open this all up so that I can get it nice and flattened. I have some enamel, not enamel, but yeah, well this is enamel, but it's mostly acrylic. But this is the backdrop here is going to be this little bit of an enamel. It's a pearlized paint by Folk Art. It's called Pearl White, and it's really pretty actually. I'm going to be taking a flat brush. So what I'm going to do now, the cardboard is in there. It's a little pizza box that I cut up. You're just going to go on top of your fabric, find your parameters, because I put it right in the middle, okay? And I'm just going to give this, yes, it's going to be hard to cover the black and the red. I'm not covering it. I'm just giving it a base coat. Well, I guess maybe I will need more than I thought I did. I'm just going to give it a base coat here. Might have to add a little Fusion Mineral Paint to the mix. We'll see. I want this to lie nice and flat. Might have just put it right on the fabric. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna need more. No doubt about that. It's soaking it up. I'm just gonna do a small area here. I might even go down to the bottom here. I might just do enough. I just need to cover this bad boy. I'm just gonna get in here, paint her up. Not solid. This is not going to be a solid coat. It's going to be just kind of sheerish. Sheerish. I don't want to go over the edge because I don't want it to go through. I don't think it would. It's not like soupy. It's not soupy wet. But I don't want it to go through. There we go. Just working it into the fibers. That's all I'm doing. Right here is the edge. Right here is the edge. I'm just working it in. And a little bit more in the bottom here. And has anyone done this today? I don't know if they have. I bet they have. I don't know. I've had a real busy day and I have not been able to enjoy all of the usually I can, but today, not today. Okay, so just a little bit more. I just wanted a little bit more sheer, not a lot. Just kind of like a little bit bigger than an 8 by 10 or maybe about an 8 by 10 size. And I want it kind of, you know, shabby on the bottom. I don't want it perfectly squared off or anything like that. I just want it kind of shabby. All right. So I'm going to dry this up just slightly, because what I want to do here is I want to create a little background for me to, I'm going to get in there and clean up a little bit of that edges. I got a little sloppy up there. That's okay. We'll fix it. I just want to clean this up a little bit. So what I plan on doing with this is something similar to this. I've been playing around up here with my watercolor paper, but this is acrylic. I'm going to make like a pretty little bunch of roses on the back of this. And I don't know that that's the right color to be using for the red and black. But I might switch gears here. I just might switch gears and use some red. I might. Because I think it'll look pretty on here. Red and white. And then I've got some really pretty green. This is Hauser medium green for the leaves and whatnot. And I've got a little bit of brown here. This is just, I think, espresso. Yep. This is espresso. Excuse me. And I've got some floating medium. You just get it in a little at Hobby Lobby or any of the craft stores in the paint section. And it helps your paint to flow and move a little more freely. Okay. All right. Just make sure it's not stuck. Well, you know what, it is stuck because I taped. I taped it down. So I did. Taped it. All right. Here's the deal. I was going to use another color palette, but I think a hindsight here, and I could always switch it up a little bit. That I can do. I can switch it. This is just a lipstick red. I'm going to go ahead and add lipstick red to the mix here. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me. That's good enough for now. I'll turn it upside down so that it'll work a little bit better. Next time I go to grab it. But I had a different color palette going, but you know, when you start to do your project, it's different when you're working on fabric. So, yeah, that's okay. And that's okay. You can switch gears. It's all right. That's part of crafting. Sometimes you just got to do it, right? All right, so we got the red. We need a little bit of white. This is Fusion Mineral Paint, and my sister's texting me. Fusion Mineral Paint and Casement. It's called Casement. I'm just gonna pour. It's a white color. It's just white, like casement, like your casements in your house. A little bit of white, and I'm gonna put a little bit of floating medium in the mix too, because it does make it kind of smooths it over the edge when you're painting. And I've got a little angle brush that I got here. Okay, little angle brush, looks like about a 1/2 inch-ish, something like that. I got my, oh yeah, it is a 1/2 inch, so right there. Good guess, huh? So anyway, what you do when you're painting roses, okay, is you've got a heel and a toe to your angle brush, all right? And I always put the lighter color at the toe here and then the darker color at the heel, and I work it in a little bit. You know, it's kind of like old-fashioned tool painting, you know, basically. That's what I do. And I'm going to add a little bit of this flow medium. You can see immediately when you do that how the colors really mix together well. And you need a good amount, so don't be stingy. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a big flower first. It's really, really super simple. But you gotta keep dipping into your paint because it takes a lot, right? So you're just going to find the area that you want your first flower to be, and you're just going to put your brush down and wiggle it just like that. You see what I just did? I just wiggled it. I'm going to go to the next. That's the first petal. I'm going to put the brush down, kind of bend it a little, and wiggle like that. Okay, second petal. Go back, grab up some more paint, and I'm going to do a few of these petals all the way around. Just wiggle, 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 like that. Super, super easy. If you've never tried to do this kind of a painting, it's Donna Dewberry coined it as one stroke. This thing is bending, I gotta push it up. But it's whole painting has been around for a very long time, I might add. Since way back in the Wayback Machine. I remember my friend taking a course in this back when we were young moms, and I just remember thinking, wow, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. And little did I know how simple it really was. So, okay, I need one more. I think I need to put one more petal right here. Do you see what I just did? And you can turn it if that's easier for you. I just turn the brush usually, but you just lay it down flat, kind of bend it a little, and you're going to wiggle, 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 and wiggle in both directions like that, so that it kind of connects, all right? Or you can turn your brush this way like that and do it like this. Oops, I need a little bit more weight on there. Like that. Okay, so now you've got all of your petals. Can y'all see that? You're going to go inside here, the center, and you're going to create the bud of the flower. All you're going to do is a rainbow, just like that. Okay, just going to go 1, 2. When you do this, 1, 2, 3, like that, it blends the colors. It's kind of cool. And then when you go back in, you're gonna go halfway into the rainbow and do an rainbow going the other direction. Okay, so you're gonna go halfway, and you're gonna take it to the end, just like that. Then you're gonna get some more paint on your brush. Work it in if you need to. I think we're good though. And I'm going to go to the end of the rainbow, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to swipe it right across that bud like that. And I'm going to try and show this to you. Turn it around. Can y'all see it? I'm going to turn it around so you can see. This is the beginning of your rose. Okay? Just like that. So super, super duper easy to do. I think I'm getting paint on it where it shouldn't be, so I'll be careful. If you do that, you can just spray on some Awesome from the Dollar Tree, and you can wash it. When this paint is all done, when your painting is done, you can paint daisies, roses, anything you want. If you know how to paint, you can just paint anything you want. You can paint a barn on there, a farmhouse, a Christmas tree. You know, there's so many things you could do. You know, a Christmas scene, whatever you want. If you can paint, right? Anyway, and then when you're done with it, you're going to heat set it. You're going to get an iron, and you're going to put it, if you have one of those, what do you call irons? Cricket irons or something like that. You can heat set it, and then you're good to go. And when you wash them, just use due care. Turn it inside out. Do it on delicate fabrics. Don't be a silly head and put it in and mess up your pretties. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some more petals up above where we already have some. Like that. We're just going to add just a few more. And let's see, I'm going to turn it this way. If you turn your brush this way, then it's in the right direction. You don't have to turn your project. See, all you got to do is put it down and wiggle, 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 like that. Okay? Wherever you want another petal, just lay one in, like that. And you can always go over your petals as many times as you want. Like that. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another one over here, down a little bit further away from the first one. So you put it down and you're just going to wiggle like that. like I said, you just keep picking up a little bit of paint on your brush. Always the white is pointing up or away from the center of the flower, okay? Away from the center of the flower. And the red is always pointing toward the center of the flower, just so you know. So you can, you can do it any which way you want, just so that your paint is going in the right direction. And when you wiggle, what happens is that white paint blends with the red, and it gives it a lovely shade of pinkish, light red. It's really pretty. Super, super, super easy to do. Okay. So work your magic, work your colors in, because it always looks so much prettier when you do that. Okay. And just wiggle, wiggle to your next petal. Brush down and wiggle. If you don't like that stroke, restroke it. Not a problem. Doesn't take much to restroke it. You can stroke it as many times as you need to get it right where you want it. Now, when you're starting, what happens is you have a tendency to get sassy once you get it down, and you're like, oh, I got this, right? And then you go, ruh-roh, I put the tip in the red, so then you got to clean your brush up, because it does make a difference. So anyway, okay, notice that I turned my brush, and my white is away from the middle, away from the center of the rose. And I'm going to wiggle, 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 wiggle like that all the way around. I think I'll put one more in there just because I can. Like that. Like that. I'm going to get in there and do this one more time because I wasn't happy with it. Like I said, you can do that as many times as you need. Okay, so back to the bud. A little bit of white, a little bit of red. So this is how we do the bud. If you're just jumping on, I'll do another one. I'm going to do another couple of them. You're going to do a rainbow. You've got the white at the tip and the red at the heel. So you're going to do a little rainbow, and you can put it in any direction you want it to be going, I guess. But I put it up towards the top part of the flowers, or the center part of the flowers, just because it, when you do that, it makes it look proportioned a little bit better. All right. And then you go to the center of the rainbow and swoop under, get some more paint, the more the merrier, and you go to the end of the rainbow, and you're going to swipe up like that. And then, like I said, I want to get that. There's a little bit of a thickness to that paint. There we go. After you do that, then you can go in and add more petals. That's what I'm trying to say. Go in, add some more petals like this. And wiggle. I don't want to mess up my bud. A little short wiggle. How's that? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty. Maybe one more. You start getting crazy. You do. You start getting like bud crazy or petal crazy. You do. It's crazy. Now, if by some chance you start to do your petals and you go, uh-oh, I lost my bud. Where'd it go? I lost my buddy. You can restroke it. Not a problem. Just restroke. Just go in there and restroke it like you did the first time. No problem. No big deal. Right? Because like right now, I kind of went in and did that petal, and it kind of messed up the center. So I'm going to go in. Show you. It's a good example. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to do it. So you do the rainbow, one side to the other, little rainbow. You can stroke it a couple of times. Go to the middle, like that. I'm going to do that one more time, like that. Get some more paint and go to the end of the rainbow and over. And that is it. You got two beautiful, big-ish flowers. All right, so what I'm going to do is I like to work in odd numbers, so I've got 2 here, so I think I'm going to do like a little trio right down here of some little buds. Okay, so those are easy, right? Y'all know how to do a bud. What I'm going to do is a little bud right here, and you don't have to get your brush so soupy that you can't, you can't work with it, but you want it good and wet so that your paint shows up, There's one bud. And I like to go in and just add like a little, if you just dab the white and the red on there on each side, go like side to side, kind of like in a V formation, just press down and pull. It forms a little petal, okay? And then inside here, I'll put a little bit of green when I add the stems. So there's one bud. And we're gonna put one down here. Like that. Go to the middle and over. See, if I do a bunch of these, then you guys will see how to do it and can give it a try. It's lots of fun. It's very addictive. I love painting rosebuds and roses. It's my favorite flower. It is a romantic flower. I love it. I am a hopeless romantic, in case you guys didn't know that. I'll bet you did. All right. I bet you did. Okay, and one more. I'm going to put one right here. We're going to connect them all. Right here. That one didn't want to SOS, didn't want to slide over some. Here we go. Oops, see, even the most skilled, I'm not skilled in any shape or form, but I can mess up just as good as the next guy. Like I always say, if it can be done, I'm your girl. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add just a couple little petals like a rosebud might have, like that and like that. Love it. I'll restroke that one. All right, loving that. That is pretty so far, so good, right? All right. So I got that medium Hauser green. I'm going to take this little essential stencil number 5/0. What does that mean? I don't even know. Okay, so we're going to get this all nice and goobered up. We're going to put a little bit of floating medium on it because it does help it to flow nicely. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add some leaves and some stems, right? We're just going to get in here with this pretty green. Oh, I love this green. It's so pretty. It doesn't. And all I'm doing is doing a little, like a little vine, just like that. Just like, like a little snake. Do, 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 do. And this vine, this one's going to be coming like this. Right over, I just like to crisscross the vines. I think it's so pretty when you do that. And these 3 right here, we're just going to do like a little trio. Just a little one. Yeah. And like that. Yeah, they're cute. All right. And to do a leaf, oh, I know what I want to do first. I want to dry the buds real quick because at the base, thank you, Cindy Clark. Hi, Bonnie, thank you. At the base of the buds, I like to put just a little bit, like when you look at a rosebud, you see the little bit of greenery at the very base of it. So I like to do that. But you have to have, unless you want your green to have, which is fine if you want to do that. I mean, it's cool. When you see a flower, you don't see, the stems and the leaves aren't always all green. Sometimes you'll see a little pink or red in them. I think that's gorgeous. I love that in roses. They're so, you just never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. And my best Forrest Gump impression. All right. So we're just going to give them just a little bit of something, something. That almost looks like little buds of leaves, budding there. Okay, so then what I want to do, I'm going to get that the brush that I did the petals with, my angle brush, bring that on back. And we're going to just do some leaves. Now, everybody's got their own thing and how they do it, right? But never fear. A little bit of white on the toe, a little bit of green on the heel, a little bit of white on the toe. And you can do it this way. You can do it, you can do it where you just make, 2 parentheses and fill it in. I've done that. You can press down, makes little buds, press down and quickly press up, makes little, not buds, little leaves. You can do that. There's all kinds of ways and all sorts of shapes of leaves that you can make, especially with a rose, because sometimes they grow wild and they look all cray-cray. They do. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to do the, what do you call method? The press down parenthesis method like that. Okay, and I'm just going to get in and fill it in. And what I like to do, once it's filled in, is I like to go to the tip. You see, if you've got 2 colors going on, you're going to get a little bit of a variation, and that's always pretty too. You want to do that. But what I like to do is I like to go back, even with a thin, fine line, and just give it a little tip there. Just a little. Because if you look at a rose, they're very skinny at the tip, just like that one. All right, so go back in. And there's one for you. And this one's just going to have a little, just a small little leaf down there. They don't all have to be big. Like that. And like that. Just like that. I like to do them like a parenthesis, like that. And what happens is the variation in the green and the white, it comes through really pretty. And then just give it a little point and drag up that green if you want, make it look like a vine, kind of a thing. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So let's go ahead and do another small one here. I'm just going to press down here like this. Whoops. Press down and kind of roll it. I like to press and roll, and it looks really cool. That's another way to do a pretty leaf. Press it and roll. All right, then what you can do, the smaller ones, is you're just going to get in here and just press it down and drag it like that, because you don't want big leaves on the smaller roses. Like I said, leaves are always a little bit different, even on the same bush, right? So I love it when a little red gets on a leaf. I think that looks really super pretty. Just a little dab of a leaf here, okay? And trying to think if I want any more. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to vine this all the way up with, not the script liner. Nope, we're not, Susie. No, we're not. All right, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to bring some vines in here from these flowers, from these little flares. And I'm going to go ahead and get some floating medium, because that's what's going to make that vine just vine like that. See, it's going to go around and it's going to be so pretty. Just like that. Okay. And when your color stops flowing, right, then just grab a little more floating medium and get on in there, right? So there's one little vine. Well, let's see, maybe we could bring one up from, well, we could bring another one up right here. Like that. You don't have to be too crazy. I like, they're called tendrils. They kind of like when you see a pumpkin, they're called tendrils. So, just in case you're wondering. All right, I'm going to go in here and we're going to give it a little more of a tendril. That one got some white in with it. I like that. How cute. And like I said, when this is all dry, like, when it's good and dry, like maybe tomorrow morning, I'm going to hit it with my Cricut iron at about 350 degrees. I'm going to put some parchment paper or maybe even one of my Totally Dazzled Teflon sheets over top. I'm going to seal the deal, and then it's washable as far as washing goes. And you can turn it inside out. Make sure you do that. Turn it inside out and wash it on gentle cycle. Yep, that's what you want to do. Okay, I'm just gonna play with some more vines over here, just a few, because I think they're so pretty and flowy and all the things. So I just kind of, you know, and just let it go. Put on some music. Put on your favorite music and just vine away. Okay, so there's one. I think we're good. I got one here. Got a couple going here. All right, what I'm going to do next, in this brush, we're going to put a couple of little, like, baby buds. You know, these are buds, but these are baby buds. We're just going to go in here with a little bit of green and a little bit of red, because we can. I'm just going to put a little dot, right? Maybe even a little white. Maybe that's a little bit too reddish. Yeah, like that. A little white on the side. Like that. So it looks like these things are just getting ready to sprout. How pretty. Right into the green, because it really looks pretty when you do that, right? And if you put one on there and it looks like it's not quite right, restroke it, just like these. Doesn't matter what size they are. These just have to look like an illusion of a flower, just a little dot with a couple of colors in it. Make sure you blend the colors, because you don't want, you know, a line of you know, between the colors. You want them blended. But like over here, I'm just going to put a little bud down here. I sound like Bob Ross. In my world, a little bud lives right down here. I wish I was Bob Ross. Oh my goodness. Rest his soul. He was fun. I love still watching him on PBS. He's great. Seriously. My son used to take a nap to him every day when he was a child. He used to nap. It was the sweetest thing. He loved to watch him paint. And he'd get on there and he'd be like 3-4 years old laying on a couch. Next thing I know, he's gone. About 11:30, 12 o'clock every morning. There he goes. He was taking his nap with Bob Ross. That or Mr. Rogers. Those were his faves. Telling all of the secrets. Okay, going up here. Just want to make sure that you have, you know, an odd number of buds on your vine. You don't want it to, what's the word? To look odd. You want it to, you know, I like working with odd numbers. I just think it looks, from a designer point, I think it looks very, very pretty when there's 3 or 5 of something. Like here, I've got 3 buds and 2. I just think it looks more balanced. All right, and maybe one right here. So there's 3 there. I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we are. We are. I'm going to dry this up just a little bit. And like I said, I got a little bit of paint on my shirt that I didn't want. Now here's another suggestion. If you didn't want to try to get that off, just go in there and paint a couple more buds. You know, they're little loose buds. They got loose from the painting and they just, you know, you couldn't stop yourself, right? You just couldn't stop. Sheila, I am a Donna Dewberry wannabe. I've been doing this for a few years now, and I do all kinds of different types of roses. This was one of them. This is kind of like a toll painting. Toll painting's been around forever. You know that, right? And Donna Dewberry did not invent toll painting, but her one stroke is very much like that. Okay, just going to dry it real quick. And you always want to go at the bottom. You can take your little script liner and dip it in a little black, and you're good to go. But I'm just going to put my initials down here. And when this dries tomorrow, like I said, I will go ahead and seal it. But I'm going to hold it up. See what I did on the inside. For those of you who didn't see the beginning, what you can do is you just tape a board there so it's not going to go through, and that will be the back of the shirt. There you go. Just like that. Ta-da! The ta-da moment. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the Wood Slices and Flannel Fun Friday. I hope you enjoyed this live. Please come on over. Give me a follow if you're not already. I sure would like to have you. Even if you think you are following me, check again. Well, you know, FB, sometimes they get a little funny these days. Funny. All right, guys. Love you all so much. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. And that's it. Have a great night. Love y'all.